There you are again. I never thought the two of us would meet again.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. I had feared I might not be able to rescue you from the debris of the temple, but enough of that. You're here now. There's a new threat that we have to deal with. After the fall of the barrier and the banishment of the sleeper, Beliar's wrath has grown even greater. A mighty artifact, so it is written in the old scriptures, will be brought back to this world when the god of darkness sends his henchmen out to search. This search has long since begun. Beliar's henchmen are desecrating the oldest shrines of the gods. The guardians of these holy places have awakened, and their wrath makes the earth tremble. Every powerful magician on this island could sense this wrath. And some of them have certainly begun to face the threat. You must become their ally. That's the only way to stop Beliar.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The sleeper
has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now. With his final furious scream, the sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come!" And they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Corinus, and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. Only the power of Innos will help us against these dragons. A group of paladins is stationed in the city of Corinus, not far from here. They possess a powerful artifact which could help us to defeat the dragons. They call it the Eye of Innos. You need to get hold of this artifact. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must convince their leader to support us. And once you have talked to him, you need to find the artifact of Beliar. It is the counterpiece to the Eye of Innos. It must not fall into the hands of evil.
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Innos himself was poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons, the most important being you have defeated the sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
How can I get to the city?
Just follow the path from here through the mountains. The city is large. You cannot miss it, but watch out. The path to town is not without dangers, and you aren't nearly as strong as you once were.
I need weapons.
I can only give you whatever little I have here. Look around in my tower. Anything that looks useful to you, you can have.
I'll be on my way as fast as I can.
Good. And one more thing. Don't tell anyone that you've talked to me. Above all, don't tell any magician. Since I have gone into exile, the Circle of Fire has taken me for dead, and that's a good thing.
Tak. Tady ty pulty už se vyplatí, protože tady dostáváme za ně zkušenosti. A hlavně jsou tam pak napsaný lektvary. Dobře. Tady k tomuhle mě asi nepustíš, co? Stará kamenná deska, to se nám může hodit. Lektvar se nám určitě bude hodit, tady na to potřebujeme baňky.
What with?
Tak k tomu ještě něco potřebuju, já nevím co. Tak. Všechno, co tady najdeme, si můžeme vzít. Dobře, takže velký klacek se asi bude hodit jako zbraň. Do postele teďka ne, teď jsme leželi 3 týdny pod šutrama. Já si musím dát vyšší citlivost myši, protože to ovládání je docela kostrbatý. Jo, teď už je to lepší. A tady jsme natáhli nějaký klíček. Tak, co máme tady? Jasně. Sice tam je napsáno, ale jestli se to dá použít, těžko říct. Obrnění bobula, elixir obratnosti. Dobře. Co máme dál? A tady je to v ostrově. Takže. Tady už by se mělo platit zlatem. Ne rudou, ale přímo zlatem, takže to uvidíme. A klíče. Díka, ten klacek je silnější, co vím, ten má damage 10. Jo. Tady se bojuje trošku jinak než v jedničce. No a tady máme socha Beliara. To je ten zlej. Jakoby zlej bůh. A jen koukám se. Po nás chce oběti, co se týče zdraví, tak to ani nemáme teďko. A, lektvár. Jo, do inventáře přestav, jasně. Ale přemýšlím, jestli půjdu přes sílu, jakoby přes boj s meči, nebo přes magii. A asi jako jedničku vezmu spíš meče než magii, protože ta magie, no nevím. V žádný hře mě magie extra neoslovila, no. Lahvička, takže můžeme vytvořit první elixír. hlavně si musíme pamatovat, že ke konci hry potřebuju lahvičku. A neznám konec té hry, protože já jsem se nedostal na konec. Kvůli tomu, že jsem nemohl udělat jeden elixír a byl jsem v oblasti, kde už jsem lahvičku získat nemohl. A bohužel jsem safe měl přepsaný, takže jsem měl dvě možnosti, buď začít od začátku před lety, anebo se na to vyprdnout. Což jsem zvolil tu druhou variantu. Že už jsem po těch hodinách už měl toho dost. No, tady je ten svět takový živější, na to, že tam je rozdíl asi jenom 1 nebo 2 roky, tak jako design světa se hodně zlepšil. Tamhle bych nechtěl spadnout. To je něco užitečného. Máme ovci. Cože jsem to sebral za... No ale... Pasek síly se bude hodit. Já jsem to byl chlastík.
One less monster around. One less monster around.
Jsem měl sejml hajzle. Jo, tady když už, jo, tady goblini i u sebe konečně něco mývají. Oh, dobrý.
Nothing to be had there.
Takový kanon, tyjo. Proč není funkční?
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mines.
Já jsem je fikčně nežebral, já jsem si kupoval.
I can barely remember. Oh, come on. Back then, in my hut outside the old camp, I taught you how to shoot a bow and how to sneak around. Ring a bell?
Jo, už vím.
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
To the city.
Well, well, to the city, eh? You may run into problems with the guards. They aren't letting just anyone in anymore, since the area here is swarming with bandits. In the past few days, one of those former psionics from the Valley of Mines came by here. He said he constantly goes in and out of Corinus. He went into the valley below the big tower. There must be a way in there somewhere near the waterfall. Maybe you should talk to the fellow.
Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the water mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damned bandits, I wouldn't be here.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the water mages in Corinus. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the water mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
What are the water mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Corinus.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes, they beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back, but without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, you surely haven't held a proper sword in your hand for weeks. Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure, give 'em here.
Zbrojíme. No, to má aspoň zranění 30. Tak. Aha. To se takhle ekvipuje. Se ještě musím naučit ekvipování, který nemám přímo. A? Co se děje? Mám pár zpráv. Pěkný fotky. Tak. No, snad s tím nožem něco dovedem. Tady je ještě vzala sekera. A je na tom jak ještě? Jestli na ní mám sílu, no to asi nemám. 25 síly mi na ní chybí, to bych spíš šel s tou sekirou. Ale to nevadí. Tak. Jož, tady máme truhnu, koukneme, co tam je. A ten mečík, ty znamený mečíky už máme 3. To je jak Dark Souls.
Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
You're in for it now.
You deserve that, lowlife. You poor sucker. I think I'd better take this weapon.
You shouldn't have come here.
No pykle, jsem to nedal. Dobré, s tím soubojem si ještě musím zase zvyknout, protože tohle to je úplně jiný styl soubojů, no. Ale no tak, odejdeme od toho.
Let's mix it up.
You're in for it now.
Teď jsem nezabil.
You deserve that, lowlife. You poor sucker. You don't even have any gold on you.
Valíme dál.
You shouldn't have come here.
You deserve that, lowlife. I think I'd better take this weapon. So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me. Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later. I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the temple of Adenos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
Jo, 50.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. You know that. Man, they really took a lot out of you. You can't remember anything at all, can you?
I want to learn your abilities.
Sure. What do you want to know? Come back when you have more experience.
Nemáme na čím se učit, takže já musím přijít na to. Kde to vůbec tady je deník. Tady jsou statistiky na Bčku. Jednoruční, rekrut na 13%, dobře. Blížení páční zámku, kapsárství, tvorba, jasně. Potřebuješ ještě 130 zkušeností na další level. Tak. Hele, dostali jsme luk zadarmo. Nějaký ten šíp, bezva. Můžu se ho vybavit, nebo se na něj... No, můžem. Paráda. Primitivní luk bychom měli. Nožík taky se dá říct. To ještě vidíte. Něco, co má lepší bojovku, to je tohle, ale zase ten nůž má lepší poškození. Tak. Ještě potřebujeme teda lepší oblečení. Krásná střela. No, teď to vyšlo. Tady bych řekl, že ta lukostřelba je o něco lepší, jenom škoda, že se vždycky ten číp ztratí. Furt ještě tady nevyřešili v tomhle díle. Ale až ve 4, ne? Tam ty šípy přežijou. Tady se kořeny, všechno se bude hodit na prodej. Tak, krvavé mouchy. Tady by to mělo dávat nějaký bonusy. Tam blbec udělal chybný krok. Se ještě musím zvyknout na to ovládání. Tak. Máme první level. A šípy nám rapidně docházejí, takže se teď radši pošetříme. Tak, tady máme farmáře.
Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guides to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm. Well done! One dirty beast less!
Kde se ten vlk tam vzal?
Wait a minute.
A někdo jde kolem a se to nelíbí.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice, but I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. That's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Tady máme vytrhat tuřín, tak mu to vytráme. Je to na chvilku a hlavně sleva se počítá. Když jsem tohleto hrával poprvé v angličtině, mě to tak trvalo, než jsem si to přeložil. Že já jsem na tu angličtinu fakt jako strašný matlák, no.
Hey. Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces
To
less.
se vyplatí.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't, but you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
Tak, teď jdeme najít tu ženušku, ale tu nevím, kde najít teďkom. Tady. Hilda.
Hey. I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Tak, máme koupit. Pánev pro Hildu, jasně, dáme na to 20 plaťáků. Teď bych se na to mohl vyprnout, ale já jí to koupím, protože nestojí to za to, abychom si tady s nima dělali potíže.
One less monster around. Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Are you hiding from someone?
Of course not. What nonsense. I just enjoy standing among the trees so the wind won't blow right into my face. What about you now? Do you want the job?
Cut the crap. Tell me what you want.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. Nobody gets anywhere with you just by using pretty words. I knew it. I'm dealing with a tough businessman here. You're a businessman and certainly interested in a small addition to your purse, aren't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
What about bribery?
Well, if that worked for me, I'd have tried it already.
I'll have to think about it first.
All right, but hurry up about it. I've got no time to lose.
Dostali jsme něco už někde, nebo ještě furt ne. Ne, si přečteme zprávu. Tady někdo chce něčí hlavu, možná mou. Jo, mou. Si přečtěte když tak sami. A tady někde má být obchodník. A to bude asi tady nahoře. Jo, tady je obchodník. A co se tady válí, svit, tak se tu válí.
Hey, you.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
I don't have
No,
anything.
keep your paper.
I seem to have misjudged you, huh? Well, do you want something else? Can I interest you in my wares?
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Tak. Pánev, cena 20. No, dobře. Tady dám pila. Uříny, ty jsou k ničemu. Ale partna, ty vole, kdyby nebyla tak těžká do ruky, tak by to šlo. Krátký meč. Kvalitní krátký meč, to by šlo. Kolik za něj chce? 700 pár. Ty krásu. Trošku nepoměr, no.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Mám tu pánev? Jo, mám, dobrý. Já jsem mu mohl prodat ty klacky, co? No to je jedno. Tady máme stejně, budeme chvilku pracovat, takže... Jsi furt uplatný? Jo.
Hey. Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Tak. Ale tady mají stoján. Ale ten se nedá přečíst, škoda. Tak, tady asi nikdo teďka nebude. To říkám. Tady taky teďko nikdo není. Tamhle nahoře, myslím, že tam by měl být nějaký úkol, ale až později. Ten bude až někdy v 3. kapitole, mám pocit. Sice je to pár let, to jsem to hrál naposledy, ale něco si vybavím, no.
Hey.
Ty už pro mě nic nemáš, tak vždycky si ještě tamhle na poli.
Lately, it's gotten a lot more dangers out here, and the field raiders are becoming a real plague.
Jenom povíš něco, dobře.
Hey.
Since the barrier around the penal colony disappeared, we've had constant trouble with the bandits.
A já v té kolonii byl taky a byli tam slušnější než vy občas.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
Mám víno nebo ne? Mám víno, tak tady ho máš.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh? Who cares? Thanks anyway. Lobart'll only hear the best about you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Tak, a tady by měl být ještě asi jeden. Ne. To je asi všechno tady.
Hey! Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. But you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then?
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying something. He doesn't usually hold with day laborers. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. The bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 30 gold pieces. It's not going to get any cheaper.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find clean things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
Chceš tam vzít jenom ty šaty, jo? Dobře. A co tam má ještě jinýho? Jablko, sýr a 2 mince, no. To se fakt jako nepotřebuji vzít nic víc. To tam klidně nechám ten zbytek. Tak. Ráda, máme hadry. Myslím, že normálně za ně chtěl 60. Se to vyplatí, jako tady chvilku lítat okolo farmy, takže... Tak. To už vypadáme jako sedlák. Tady máme tohle, kruh vody. A to je rosovo oko, takže víc toho zatím tady nemáme. Já si tamhle u toho prodám přebyteční věci, které nepotřebujeme, budeme mít zase nějaký zlaťáky. Sice nebudeme mít tolik, abychom koupili nějaký lepší.
Hey! Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Tak. Já ti tu sekiru tu si nechám, to se může hodit, ale tohle ti prodám všechno. Taky nepotřebuji, kdybys měl šípy, to by se mi hodilo úplně jako nejvíc, no, bohužel. Bílý rum. Mořický drog. Vydávají zásob, to jedno, to se nevyplatí, to se než asi upeču. Dobrý bobule za 38, tak ty si necháme, protože to dá asi nějaký atributy, slušný. Dáčí kořen, no ten vlastně je na ten zesílení. Tohle nemá žádnou cenu. Já jsem ale ten dopis asi neměl otvírat, sakra. To nebyl. Taky časovček k ničemu, tohle taky bezcenný. Svodky nudě. Jdeme. Za 87 hodin nekoupíme vůbec nic.
I've got to go.
Suit your...
Tak. S 3 šípama se mi nechce moc do toho lesa, takže... Dobrá, to tady uložím. Ale do města se mi ale taky ještě úplně nechce. Tady ještě by měla být možnost jiné cesty. A tady jsem králem brouky, sakra. To jsou velcí vlci, ty mě sežerou hned. Dobře, takže tam nechodit. Tam nejdu. Tady se mám pocit ani nedá dostat mimo komor, žádný vodě. Nebo zkusit, ale... No, to chodí na balci, ani náhodou. Tam žádná šance. Ale... Tak tady hážem mince pěkně do příkopu. To je známý meč, ten je silnej. Na to potřebuji 15 síl, takže já mám 15. No dobře. Co to je? Tak, kdyby byla jenom jedna, tak ti dostanu. Dobře, semka taky nevíst. Tak jdem do toho města. Nebo zkusit se dostat do města, takhle spíš.
Oh, are you one of the hands on Lobart's farm? I never seen you here.
I haven't been with Lobart for long.
What you want in the city?
I want to see the blacksmith to have some tools repaired.
Okay, fine. In you go then. And if you see Lobart, you can tell him he should feed his sheep well. We're coming back to him shortly.
Nezlá. Zkusíme tomuhle říct tohleto.
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
A teď doufám, že mě pustěj. dobrý je to.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar, paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
I wouldn't be so sure. That's not what I heard.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town. Understood?
He didn't get that from me.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Where can I spend the night here?
If you're looking for a place to sleep, go to the hotel directly across from the barracks. The paladins pay for the lodging of all travelers who come to the city. The traveling traders from the marketplace are also lodged there.
That's been known a long time.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the paladins.
I'm not telling you
Only the
anything
paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it.
Touching that.
And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
Pick that up then.
I agree with you completely.
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town.
That's not
But
what I
don't
heard.
think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the
It can't
town.
go on like this
As a
forever.
citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing
really not
more.
my problem.
Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
Really didn't deserve that.
Will it ever change?
How do I get to the upper quarter?
Say, are you listening to me at all? You're not a citizen of this town. You can save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
What do I have to do to get armor like yours?
What? You aren't even a member of the militia. You're not even a citizen. How can you even think of being allowed to wear the armor of a paladin? Only a few militia soldiers, those who have performed extraordinary deeds, have been granted that honor so far. If you want to be a paladin, you have a long road ahead of you, my boy.
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Corinus. If you were thinking about looking for work in the harbor district, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
I have an important message for the leader of the paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be true. Another lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with fairy tales about dragons, I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling dragon tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with the prison transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes.
The fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any case.
Diego.
I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The sacred Eye of Innos? How do you know about that? You're not a member of the Order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our Order to you. But he certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But
I don't want to hear any more about it. First you start with fairy tales about dragons, and then this. Incredible.
I've got to go.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
Jasně, o dracích teda nemluvit. Dobře.
Halt! No one may enter the storeroom!
Why can't anyone enter the storeroom?
The Honorable Lord Hagen has confiscated the goods for the King's army.
Dobře.
What can I do for you?
What are you selling?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor of snapper leather, still unused. Interested?
Jo, 250 vaťáků, jo.
Show me your wares.
Tady, jo. To jsou cenovky tady taky. Tak, na to nemáme sílu, taky ne. Šíp pravaš po jednom kusu zlata, to by šlo. Tak, vezmeme si šípy, ty se nám budou hodit. Tak.
Hello, stranger. You must be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
I was actually on my way to see the Paladins.
There's little chance of that. Since the Paladins made themselves at home in the upper end of town, hardly anyone gets in there anymore.
I need some money, and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with his suppliers. His shop is right over there. They say he pays pretty well.
What do you have to offer?
At the moment, I don't have much choice. The damned landowner doesn't deliver anymore. And what we get from the small farms isn't enough to meet the demands of the city.
Tell me more about the peasants' revolt.
It's quite simple. Onar, the fat landowner, won't pay any more taxes to the city. Imagine, we're at war with the orcs, and that fat slob wants everything for himself. Normally, the city guard would take firm measures in such cases, but now comes the best part. They say Onar has hired mercenaries to keep the troops from the city off his back. Mercenaries! The whole thing will end in a damn war, as if one war weren't enough.
What do you know about Onar's mercenaries?
I heard that most of them are former convicts from the mining colony, and their leader's supposed to have been a big shot with the king, a general or something, whom they put away as a traitor. These are terrible times.
Show me your...
Jabko, sír, chleba, mléko, no nic moc.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
Me? No, I don't have much say here myself. There are a few people in the lower city who have enough influence to get you past the guards. Mateo, my boss, is one of them. Maybe you should talk to him.
Where can I find Mateo?
You're standing right outside his shop. Just go on in. He's practically always there.
What about the other influential citizens?
The merchants and master craftsmen here on the main street are the most important figures in the city. You should try to get accepted by one of them as an apprentice like me. Since I started working for Mateo, the people in the city treat me with respect.
Bude hezkýho. Jo, to už jsme četli, takže nic. Tak, krástečkom nemá cenu, protože to ještě neumíme. Tady u tohle truhláře tady se naučíme odemykat zámky. To si pamatuju.
Hey, you! Ah, fresh face. You're not from Corinus, are you? This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere, no work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
So, you know a lot about locks.
What good is a fine chest without a fine lock? I make my own locks. That way, I can at least be sure I haven't built my chest that sturdy for nothing. A poorly made lock is easy to break. And there are plenty of thieves about in Corinus, especially lately.
I won't tell a thing from now on.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one of those layabouts who only come to town to empty the chests of honest people. I'm not going to teach you anything before I'm convinced that you're an honest fellow.
That's an open secret.
Have you had an apprentice before?
Yes, and not too long ago.
And what happened?
His name is Elvrich. He's my nephew. I was quite pleased with him, actually, but one day he simply didn't show up for work.
Where is Elvrich now?
How would I know? He kept hanging around that filthy brothel by the harbor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still warming the bed of some whore down there.
How long has it been since you saw him?
I guess it must be about 2 weeks.
Ty vole. 2 týdny.
Have you reported that to the militia?
Of course I have. They were supposed to catch him and see to it that the lazy bones does his work, but I already regret that. He can do whatever he wants. Sooner or later he'll realize he'll get nowhere in Corinus without a decent job.
Is that so?
That was no big deal.
What if I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the other masters here?
All right, I shall give you my approval. But you had better get yourself the blessing of the gods first. Say, are you a man of faith? That's the first I've heard of it.
Can't rely on that.
Yes, a most humble servant, Master Thorben.
Then go to Vatras, the priest of Adanos, and have him give you his blessing. He will tell you where you can find a priest of Innos. You should get his blessing, too. Once you have received the blessing of the gods, I shall vote for you.
I've got no time for things like that.
How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Not yet.
Then I don't know why you're asking me again. You know my terms.
Jsem si pokleknu. Já teďkom jsem trošku ztracen, protože já si teďkom nepamatuju, co tady přesně mám teďkom udělat. Já vím, že jsem získal tady u tohohle práci, ale u jiného teďkom nevím.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Let's wait and see what happens.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Enough trouble.
Why haven't I heard about this
You don't say.
Do you really exactly what I said?
It can't go on like this forever. I don't believe this is going to change.
It can't go on like this forever. That's totally on.
He didn't
Hey,
get that
you!
from me.
Where you going? No matter what your plans are, there'll be plenty of time later. You're right in front of the Pearl of Corinus, the Red Lantern. This is the most beautiful brothel in all of Myrtana, damn it. Sailors from the most remote corners of the world dock here just to spend a few nights in the Red Lantern. And now, it's you who has the chance, nay, the honor of spending a night with Nadja, the most passionate flower of the gods. Come on in, and you're going to experience what others cannot even dream of.
Nobody ever asks me.
So why won't they listen to me? Didn't get that from me.
Been all kinds of. You should really.
Hey, you!
Hey, if you want to buy fish, come to my booth tomorrow, okay?
You can't rely on that.
Nobody ever asks me. I've heard a thing or two.
Who says things like that?
Nebudu se teďkom vyptávat.
I've got no time for things like that.
Tohle se
I'll never
vyptáš.
get this open without the right key.
Třeba klíče, nebo umět vylamovat zámky, a to neumíme.
That's an open secret.
Works all day too.
Pekty to nebyl.
Really, how interesting.
Ne, špatný, tady. Dobrý.
You just have to listen.
I've heard a thing or two.
Everybody knows by
Tady
now.
nic.
They have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Tady taky nic.
That's totally obvious.
Where did you pick that up?
Everybody knows by now.
That will never change.
Typical, isn't it?
A teď to ani nebudu asi
These are bad
řešit.
times.
Don't tell me that.
Why haven't I heard about this before? And that's the truth.
Someone's got to do the work.
Been all kinds of rumors.
He'd better
Are you the one who runs this place?
I am Bromo, this is my house, and these are my goods. I like my goods. And if you like my goods too, then you'll pay for it, 50 gold pieces. And don't get the idea of making trouble here.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
No, teď rozhodně takovou zábavu nehledáme. Tam je teda stánek s rybama.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Čaket má tak já vidím úplný,
Really
vidíme
didn't.
úplný
Let's wait and see
kůl
what
teďka,
happens.
no.
It's better to watch out.
You didn't get that from me.
A já teď nevím, za kým tady mám úplně jako dojít, protože... Jak za prvý je tma, takže teď všichni, nikdo pořádně nepracuje. Tak to je kus železa aspoň. Jo, tady se dá dostat tady nahoru, zpátky jakoby do města, z přístaviště. Tady je spousta cestiček, no, oproti jedničce je to rozhodně jako propracovanější to město.
I won't tell her a thing from now.
Will it ever change?
Tohle jsou
That doesn't
kasárny.
surprise me.
He should have known better.
He had better shut up.
He never would have thought of that himself. But
Hey,
no,
you.
he
I
insisted
have a
he knew
proposition
better.
for you.
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the marketplace back.
Nothing surprises
Sarah
me
snatched it
anymore.
away from me,
I'm not
but she
telling
has
you
had
anything
that
new.
spot long enough. I want her to give up the stall.
And what's my part in this?
I will give you a letter to stick in her pocket. Then you go to Andre and tell him that Sarah is selling weapons to Onar. She lands in prison, you pocket the bounty, and I get the stall. You have 2 days to accomplish this.
What's in it for me?
When I have the stall, you will get a weapon from me, and a damned good one.
But that's terrible.
But no.
All right, looks like I've got...
You're a clever lad. Here is the letter.
How am I supposed to foist the letter on her?
Let her show you her wares, and while she does, you hide the letter on her. And bear in mind, I am an influential man in the city, so don't try to play me for a fool.
I don't believe that.
Nothing surprises
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
You
Ty
don't
vole,
say.
to jsou ceny taky.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Počkej, jo, tomu jsme prodávali vlastně naše přebytky.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Everybody knows by now.
That
was quite obvious.
That's an open secret.
That was quite obvious.
Everybody knows by now.
Jo, tady je docela dost lidí pojmenovaných.
And he works all day too.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Who says things like that?
I've got my own
Jo,
opinion
tady jsme
about that.
tady zase.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Se tady vrátíme.
That was quite obvious.
A teď jsou asi stánky teda
Don't tell this to
zavřený.
anyone.
Nebo ona, minimálně asi ona.
It can't go on like this forever.
But that's terrible.
Takže já si to fakt jako...
Will it ever change?
He had better shut
Jo,
up.
to najdu asi teda tady.
That's all just gossip.
Teď je noc, takže bude někde zalezla a nevím kde. Tuc.
What's your business here?
Is it really true?
What do you want here?
Smart kid.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Ti byli trošku protivný.
Works all day too.
I agree with you completely.
Ah, customer, what can I do for you?
I'd have gone about it differently.
I'm looking for a room.
Ah, you're in the right place then.
One of the paladins told me that I could spend the night here for free.
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
You can't keep anything.
Why do the paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off the streets so they don't make any mischief. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the traveling traders. Now that the farmers are rebelling, we have to rely on the traders for provisions. Besides, I think they want to improve the morale in the city a bit. Lord Andre has even arranged for free beer to be given out at the Gala Square.
Who's staying here at the moment?
Almost all of them are traveling traders from the market.
Aha.
Don't even think about messing with their stuff. I don't want any trouble here.
Will it ever change?
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus.
No tak, jsem se bagnul voro.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
He simply talks too much.
Hele.
I'd have gone about it differently.
All the citizens of this city who have martial skills.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity. But they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even 1 gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
Listen to the wrong people.
Show me your wares.
Má pěkný zbraně, Luka.
He simply talks too much.
If he doesn't see that, I
hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That doesn't surprise me.
He had better shut up.
Byle kopí. Na nic nemám sílu, jo. Vezmu tady pár šípů, nechám si u sebe 100.
What's the problem with the farmers?
They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, the city depends entirely on the supplies provided by the farmers, of course. And Onar, the largest farmer, has hired mercenaries to protect his farm from the city guards. Otherwise, they'd simply snatch the goods for themselves. But the mercenaries don't just guard Onar's farm. They come as far as the small farms outside of town to intimidate the farmers. I saw them as I was passing Akil's farm. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes now.
Where will I find Akil's farm?
If you go out of the east gate here and follow the road to the right, you'll come to a stairway. It leads up to Akil's farm. But I wouldn't go there now. The mercenaries are certainly still there.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen,
Tak,
the
máme
following
toho.
decree is hereby enacted. From this moment onward, Lord Andre will take the supreme command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join the royal militia.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Že by byl nahoře někde.
That's all just gossip. That's all just gossip.
Don't you have a job to do? First, foist the letter onto Sarah, and then go to Andre and accuse her. Do that, and don't try to cheat me. You would regret it.
A ještě musím znát tam tím, jasně. Dobrý. No tak ten růžek mi tady dává záhu.
He'd better shut up.
Ten mě nechá projít.
Inos be with you, stranger. What brings you to me?
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal.
Když on měl fakt jako vybavení na prd. Jo. Sarah jako vypadá důvěryhodnějc. Já teď přemýšlím, já si zachráním Sarah. Tam měla lepší zbraně.
Canthar the merchant is trying to get rid of Sarah.
Sarah? The weapons merchant in the marketplace?
I was supposed to foist a letter on Sarah, which claimed that she's supplying weapons to Onar.
I see. I shall gladly pay the bounty for that bastard. He is already as good as behind bars.
I've got an important message for Lord Hagen.
Well, you stand before one of his men. What is this about?
It's about a sacred artifact, the Eye of Innos.
The Eye of Innos. I have never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If there truly is an artifact of this name, only the highest members of our order would know anything about it. In any case.
That's why I have to talk to Lord Hagen himself.
Lord Hagen receives only paladins, or those who are in the service to paladins. It is beneath his dignity to waste his time with members of the common folk.
Tak nic, no.
I want to take up service with the paladins.
Good. I can well use every able man here. no matter what his reasons for joining us. If you place yourself in the service of the Paladins, I shall help you get an audience with Lord Hagen. However, I have my orders only to accept citizens of the town into the militia. My commander is afraid that spies or saboteurs could sneak in. He wants to limit the risk this way. Therefore, you must first be a citizen of the town. Whether this rule makes sense or not is disputable, but orders are orders.
Tak, ale to nebudeme teď řešit, protože to nám bude jenom omývat všechno furt do kolečka.
Due to the general situation, the forest and wilderness near the city are to be avoided for your own protection.
That's what I've always said.
You don't say.
Hey, you!
Ah, there you are again. That's not what I heard.
Canthar was trying
Really?
to trick
How
you
interesting.
and to get your booth for himself, but I've turned him over to the city guard.
Then you've made an enemy of a dangerous man. I've known the
Simply
bastard for a
talks too
long
much.
time, and he's always wanted my place for himself. Take this weapon as a token of my gratitude.
Nenaskošovna, dobrý. Teď se ještě nebudu moc použít, protože ta bude silná jako blázen.
If I hadn't seen it with
No,
my own
60
eyes.
síly, tyjo, já mám 15.
And he works all day, too.
Tak,
These are bad times.
I
potřebuji
don't believe that.
se od někoho teda naučit sílu.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
To je docela dost, ale zatím si můžu získat jenom 10 maximálně.
If I hadn't seen it with my own
Nobody wants to know.
Tak, já teď potřebuju jít tady za tímhle, že? Jo.
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vatras, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
Here, I've got a letter for you.
For me? Yes, but it's been opened. I hope it didn't fall into the wrong hands. Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn? Where is he?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and is headed for the meeting point. Whatever he meant by that.
I see that you have gained Cavalorn's trust. That speaks in your favor.
Ne.
I'm asking your blessing.
Why should I give you my blessing, stranger?
I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the masters in the lower part of town.
Go with the blessing of Adanos, my son.
Tohle bychom měli. Teď zajdeme za tím truhlářem.
Nothing surprises me.
Hey, you!
I'm not touching that.
How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Innos?
No, not yet.
You know my terms. You should only ply your trade.
Jak mám získat teďkom...
I never knew that.
Jak mám získat toho... Ženání toho Innose, jo, teďkom. Zase 100 dávat...
And the
bohům se mi
sea
nechce.
released the land, and there arose all creatures, trees.
Where can I find a priest of Innos?
The best thing would be to look around the marketplace. You will find an emissary of the monastery there.
A tržiště někdo s Inosovým, dobře.
But he knew that all along.
I've got no time for things like that.
That's not what I heard.
I knew that would be a problem.
Really? How interesting.
Really, how interesting. You don't say.
What can I do for
Everybody
you?
knows by now that's not
Are
what
you
I
seeking spiritual comfort?
Really, how interesting.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos,
say.
or
Who says
donate
things
some
like that?
gold for his church?
Now that's typical,
Really,
how
isn't it?
interesting.
And it's gonna get even worse. He works all day, too.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good. Then
Don't
you will
tell him
probably
that's
want
not
to
what I
donate
heard.
gold to the Holy Church of Enos.
I can't take care
Won't
of
you?
everything for everyone.
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But my son,
That's not what
without
my
a
husband
modest
did.
donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of your good intentions toward the Holy Church of Enos?
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
That's an open secret.
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on
that's
what
typical,
percentage
isn't
you want to give, son.
wait,
Let me see how much you brought.
You don't
You
say.
have more than 100 gold pieces. The Lord says, give if you have. The church accepts your generous donation. I bless you in the name of Enos,
That's not
for
what I
he is
heard.
light and righteousness.
He simply talks too much.
I can't take care of everything for
Tak, když by
everybody.
to mohlo fungovat.
Who says things like that?
Nobody ever asked for
Don't tell this to anyone.
Nobody wants to know.
You don't say.
Vezmeme s karatkou parkourově aspoň.
But so great was the wrath of Beliar that he came across the land and chose the beast.
Že teda učedníka má, tam by mě nevzal.
Hey! How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Enos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
I'm not touching that.
I'm no better off myself.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one of those layabouts who... I'm not going to teach you anything.
I already thought as much. What with?
Really believe that.
It was just like you said.
Myslím, že teď mě bude učit, ale bohužel ne.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean, do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city, and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
Can I sign on as an apprentice?
The other masters may well approve, but I will only give you my approval when you first prove that you're good for something.
Do you sell weapons?
Forget it. Everything I make goes to the paladins or the militia. I have a commission for 100 swords from Lord Hagen. He wants to equip the city guard.
Po meču, to je doba.
Hey, you!
New in the city, huh? I'm Brian. I'm Master Harrod's apprentice.
What's it like to be the smith's apprentice?
Why do you ask? You want to be my successor?
Maybe.
Why not? I'm almost done with my apprenticeship, and then I'm gonna leave the city. But not because of Harrod. He is a good master. I have learned a lot from him.
Why do you want to leave this town?
Because the people here are getting on my nerves above all the other masters. I still remember what a fuss it was getting accepted as an apprentice with Harrod. Really, every one of them jokers had something to say about it. I want to decide for myself who I can or can't take as an apprentice.
Tell me more about Master Harrod.
He's not in a very good mood right now. A few days ago, the paladins came and ordered him to forge some swords for them. They've even forbidden him to sell swords to anyone else. Now he slaves day and night to finish the job as quickly as possible.
Can I buy weapons from you?
Not really, I'm merely an assistant. The weapons that are made in this smithy are collected by the militia and taken to the towers where they're stored. But if it has anything to do with forging, maybe I can help you.
What can I get from you?
I can sell you some steel billets.
Sorry, outside. To je mi teďkom k ničemu, protože to stejně neumím s tím.
Who are the other?
Well, there's Thorben the carpenter, Bosper the bowmaker, Constantino the alchemist, and Matteo. He sells armor, but first of all, he's a merchant. All the masters have their houses here on the street, and Constantino's shop is in the underpass to the temple.
Dobře, takže tady je ještě tohle.
What do you want? I'm not giving anything away.
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you going to sign up?
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask my approval? As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you like.
Dobrý. Výrobce luků tady ještě má být, jo?
Hey, you!
Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Is it really true?
Tady z tohohle nic
It
moc.
can't go on like this forever.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Ona tam je taky žádnou nenabíjící práci, protože ten má učedníka.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Jo, tady je výrobce
But no,
luků.
he insisted he knew better.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Bosper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Corinus?
Where did you pick that up then?
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well...
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
See that? I can't help him.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
What if I want to sign on with one of the other masters?
Balderdash. Harrod and Matteo already have apprentices. Constantino the alchemist is a loner, and he hasn't taken an apprentice in years. And as for Thorben, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably couldn't even pay you. I, on the other hand, am in urgent need of an apprentice, and I pay well, too. But no matter where you want to sign on, you need the approval of all other masters from the lower part of town.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
I never knew that.
Show me your wares.
Má pěkný luky teda.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
It can't go on like this forever.
That's not what I heard.
I've got my own opinion about that.
Will I get your approval?
All right, you shall have my approval, but on one condition. Work for me, at least for a short time. That way, you can find out for yourself whether you like my craft or not. And who knows, maybe you'll end up liking it, and you'll stay with me. If you're good enough to sign on with me, you're also good enough for all others here.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on, I need to know, of course, whether you're any good at all.
Don't say you didn't know that.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like. Or, you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want.
That's all just gossip.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really. You take a sharp blade and cut open the animal's belly. Then make a few small incisions on the inside of the legs, and you can peel off the skin. Bring me the wolf skins and we shall see.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Vlčí kůže teda, jo?
I'm not telling you
Z toho
anything
budeme
new.
mít prachy nějaký, takže... A teď máme šípy, takže bychom měli být v klidu.
That was obvious all along.
Tady víme o 3 vlcích, takže to je v pohodě. Tady by měl být i jeden skřet, nebo jedna jeskyně se skřety. A já je nestihnu ustřílet, jsem pomalej. Takže nic. Potřebuji získávat vlky pomalejc. Tady jsou zrovna 3, takže to je moc. Já potřebuji po jednom.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
It was just like you said.
That was obvious all along.
And thus spake Adanos to his brothers, Never again shall you walk upon my land, for it is sacred, and so...
And it's going to get even worse.
Now that's typical, I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Really, how interesting. That's not what I heard.
That's what I've always said. He simply talks too much.
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
Go away. Don't tell me that.
From one of the farms.
A farmer, eh? Then you shouldn't be walking along these dangerous paths all by yourself. Who knows who might be lying in wait for you?
He can't keep anything to himself.
Nechci s tebou kecat. Ty král, tam na mě nalítla.
One less monster
I've still
around.
got it.
Dobře, tam jsou krvavé mouchy, tam se taky nehnu. Ale jaký mám jít směrem? Zůstaly tam ty mrtvý vlci, co jsem měl. Bych měl kůži lehce. Já myslím, že budou pryč. Myslím, že tady ty vlci nebudou, takže... Ty se už rozplynuli do éteru. Bohužel, no. A když už jsem tady, tak si tam dojdu pro sílu aspoň. No. To mi sebral, ale... Mi sebral 5 bodů na to, kluci. To je špatný. Já si dám 10 bodů do síly. Můžu používat další zbraň. Jestli já mám na 40, že teďka mám, nevadí. 10 bodů a 5 si nechám, kdybych náhodou to potřeboval, ještě na něco. A vždycky začínám být teda vyšťavený. 6,5 hodiny a nějak to nedávám.
Hey.
Oh, sure.
No, plížení, to si zatím necháme.
That's better.
Jsem to plížení nikdy moc nemusel týhle.
Hey, you!
I gave Vatras your letter. I didn't expect anything else. Thanks.
Tak, teď máme aspoň lepší sílu. Budeme dávat tím pádem i lepší damage na blízko, ale... Problém je, že já potřebuji líp bojovat furt, no. Tamhle jsou goblini. Černý goblini, no. Tady je klasický goblin. Klasického goblina nám stačí jeden šíp. Tož ty mě zabere 2 klacky, no. Jsou další krvavý mouchy a ty jsou odolný jako blázen. Jo, tam je stínová příšera ještě, ty vole. Mám to špatný, lidičky, špatný. Malý polní škůdce, to je polní škůdce, jo, malej. Ty vole, jak vypadá velký. Tak já dostatek stíhá. Tam mi to předtím psalo 15, teď jsem si to o 10 zvedl, tak... Tohle je trošku divný, ale... Z ní není nic, jako zombie, to je jenom maso, jo? Ty vole.
Someone's got to pay for that.
Kladivo. Pilám. Stříbrný prsten, za ten bych mohl dostat na slušnou odměnu. Polní škůdce, ok. Počkej, já než tam radši spadnout za ním, radši uložím. No. Můžeme něco prozkoumat navíc. Okay.
Been there, done that.
Do you really believe that?
Dobrý.
You should really have known better.
Tady je rozdíl v otrokovým chlebu. Pořádná houba aspoň.
Is it really true?
Kolik vůbec za něj chcou? Za otrokův chleb. Co? Dobrý.
That's been known a long time.
Z toho už by se dalo něco získat.
Only in us decides what's right or wrong.
Aj. nevím, kolik mám ještě šípů teď. Tak, máme první kůži. No. Jsem se neskontroloval, kolik mám šípů. 14, to by ještě šlo. Ty vole! Byl jsem pomalej. Myslíčky, já si potřebuji dát asi pauzu, asi to dneska končím. Nebo dáme něco jednoduššího.